Welcome to Campfire Stories. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about Janet Airlines. So you ask me, you say, Doc, what on earth are you talking about? Well, Demand and I are going to go in deep tonight. Prepare yourselves. What is Janet Airlines? Have you ever heard of Janet Airlines? Well, let me give you a brief description from our friends at Wikipedia. Janet Airlines are the unofficial names of a highly classified fleet of passenger aircraft operated for the United States Department of Air Force as an employee shuttle to transport military, Department of Defense civilians, and contract employees to special access program facilities. Period. What do all those words mean exactly, right? Well, basically, it's an airline that transport government employees to secret government locations. If you're watching on YouTube currently, you're looking at a photograph of the actual airport terminal. And on demand, is this accessible to the general public? How do we, the Dr. Man Show, get aboard one of these planes and get access?
Well, let me tell you, Doc. There is a road that leads into it. There's a little gate right here.
Yeah, I see that gate. Yeah, I just sashay on in then with my Honda Civic.
Yeah, man.
Loaded up with Dr. Man Show fans and friends.
Just come on in and get black bagged and detained and possibly your rectal cavity searched.
Jokes on them. I've had my rectal cavity searched many a time.
Ooh,
Shout out to those middle-aged men out there.
Oh.
To the colonoscopy. Shout out. Not going where you thought I was going. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Demand, as he stated, that's actually not an accessible terminal. You can't get in. There's no way. In fact, if you want to know what it looks like, just simply search on YouTube people trying to enter the Janet Airlines section of the terminal, being detained, arrested, harassed by officials, police, and or otherwise. This is actually a section of the Las Vegas terminal, believe it or not.
Is actually correct.
If I'm
the MGM.
If I'm not. So, yeah, as the man zooms out, you can kind of see that this terminal is just sectioned off, and there's literally just no general access to the public. You have to have a security clearance, and if I'm not mistaken, it's like top secret security clearance minimum, and that goes for all employees, pilots, flight attendants, even the people making me my vodka cran on this flight. You have to have top secret clearance just to get on.
Oh, yeah.
The fleet's Janet call sign is said to stand for, this is memes, by the way, just another non-existent terminal, or Joint Air Network for Employee Transportation. That is evidently what it's supposed to stand for. And if you search these flights, you can do this tomorrow on various tracking websites. You will see the designation Janet on the flight, if I'm not mistaken. Correct, Amanda? I believe so.
Take a look at the flight schedule. Okay.
Oh, my man's got the flight schedule right here. Welcome to the Black Bag-a-thon. Yeah, the Black Bag edition for the stories that are going to get us in deep, deep trouble. No. I mean, this is all public knowledge, right? This is stuff anybody could search on the internet. Yeah, you have to do a little bit of digging, but there's no way we could get in trouble for this, right? I mean, I don't know how Twitch feels about it, but this is happening.
Janet Airlines has nothing to do with the government service.
Yeah, you're an android. So this, of course, is given all rise to all sorts of conspiracy theories. But I mean, before we go too far into that, that's where we're headed, anyways. Because I mean, it's campfire stories. But these specific flights, they go all over Las Vegas, specifically to what's the lake, man? What's it called?
Well, I can tell you
Let's
it's
see.
near Lincoln County.
Yeah, exactly, right? Well, here's the unique thing about it, right? These flights, when they get to a certain point, they turn their aircraft transponder off and just disappear from radar, from tracking. Now, if as demand zooms in, you can see you can assume they're landing at somewhere, right? But the flights go in and all around Area 51.
So if you notice,
In
go ahead.
in and around Groom Lake. Oh, demand actually has the.
I have
That's
actual tracking where
insane.
they turn it on at about 8 to 10,000 feet, and then
So once the aircraft reaches 8 to 10,000 feet, you can see them appear on the radar as interesting. If you can't see, you can see it for yourself. Demand, if you have the link, we'll include the link in the description. Don't let me forget to do that, Demand. So yeah, basically they just appear out of midair, and as they're going and leaving the Las Vegas airport at some point in time before they land, assumedly, the transponders turned off and they just disappear. And you can actually watch this happen live. Now, I have never done this before, but perhaps. And they're gone. Okay, so wow. They just disappeared.
near Lincoln County,
Now
Nevada.
I gotta know, dude. I gotta know. What are the odds? What would you put the odds at that they're actually landing, near the airstrip? If you go back and look there's an airstrip near there.
Base right there.
What are the odds? Yeah, at the base. What are the odds of them actually landing at the base near where they turned the transponder off? Dude, in my imagination, dude, they the freaking mountain opens up like it's like a freaking Power Rangers base, and the plane just goes in and lands inside of the mountain rather than at the base, like with these government employees. I'm sure it's not that amazing, but that's my imagination, dude.
Well, you can
That's
see here that they're in line to land at that military base. A
they are.
civilian carrier.
Now, can we assume that they do land there though?
They're in line.
What do you
Look at
think?
that. And they're at a
they're-
decreased altitude if you look at the trend.
Yeah, but you can actually. Have you ever been on a plane that's pulled up on the runway? Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you're literally about to land and then suddenly the pilot guns it and you just take back off.
Yep.
I mean, that's all I'm saying. Maybe that's part of the deception, and obviously you would probably want that considering these are military owned and operated planes. I say military, but military government in conjunction with various non-governmental organizations and companies like Lockheed Martin. Interestingly enough, I'm sure there's more.
Why do they make a loop-de-loop?
Sometimes you got to circle before you land.
Wait, what is it?
For
what is
whatever
this
reason.
airline? There's only one strip here. It doesn't even have any monikers. There's nothing. It's just a strip.
I don't know. I have no idea. You're asking though yourself right now, what do these planes look like? Of course, no one's asking that, but I'm telling you, this is the Dr. Man show, dadgummit. The planes that land, these planes that fly out and land, are basically white planes with a red strip down the center of them. They all basically look like that. Um, they're highly classified fleet, these aircraft of passenger planes operated by the United States Department and the Air Force as an employee shuttle to transport military and contract employees. Um, Reportedly, the planes communicate with McCarran departure control using specific call signs on takeoff and switch frequencies and call signs once they cross Area 51 airspace.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
They
So,
switched
like,
from
they
Janet
changed,
22 to Janet 45?
I guess, as far as I could tell. Like, I don't know,
Wait,
dude.
that makes sense. Because if you look at Google Maps, right, they only have
Yeah.
a fleet of 5. But if you look at the flight schedule, they have Janet 11, 33, 77, 43, 87, 17, 46.
So maybe the same plane occupies two different call
Or
signs
3
for
or
whatever
4.
reason. Maybe maybe it's designating their passengers.
Oh.
They're alien passengers. Hold on. Let me do it again. They're alien passengers. Did it work?
Did. Then I added a lightning
Hell
effect right
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Got you.
Wait a minute. Are you sure it worked? I didn't have my voice changer on.
It did work. I heard it.
It did?
Yeah.
Huh. All right. It just didn't load up. Okay, cool. We'll edit that in later.
I got you.
You heard it? Thank you, Baconator. Dude, what if that was the case, man? Like, what are the reasons that they would switch call signs and stuff? That's actually insane. Let me look and find out. There's more. Evidently, they have different kinds of planes.
Well, they have
Okay,
rotary planes, it looks like.
They have two different kinds, as far as I could tell. Maybe even 3. Okay, so here is the list from what our research has
They have
given.
one big boy.
There's a Boeing 7. There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Boeing 737 66N passenger aircraft. They've got, the prop planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Beechcraft Super King Airs. These planes look old, dude.
You said 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, according to my research.
I don't see that.
Maybe less. Oh, wait. This one got retired.
I only see
So 5.
4 spots for prop planes.
Maybe 4. Okay, so maybe only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Boeing 737 253s. Whatever those are.
No, because Baconator is part of aviation.
Baconator. These all say retired, dude. None of these. One of them crashed.
The aliens.
The Beechcraft 1900C UB serial number UB37 N27RA was the tail number. Crashed on March 16th, 2004.
That explains COVID.
Containing alien bodies in COVID-19. It is not in. That is not in the list of. It's not in the list of information that we have.
It might be, though. Chat.
During approach, the pilot reported the runway was in sight, entered a circle pattern, like you saw on our graphic. The pilot then became incapacitated due to sudden cardiac arrest. He had a heart attack, dude, in the middle of
kills everybody, bro.
He had COVID. He had the vaccine coursing through his veins. During the turn, the plane entered a dive before crashing into the ground and bursting into flames as its fuel load ignited. It was later revealed the pilot suffered from high blood pressure and had neglected to report it. Yeah, right.
Dude.
He had some sort of alien disease. Bro, how could you even believe it, dude?
Dude, can we talk about the picnic table right here?
Yeah, you can.
Why?
I mean, that's for the aliens, the alien cookout, which you and I are not invited to yet.
Oh, yet?
Yeah, I'm just saying, dude. We got connections, and you know what I mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so evidently they've had to retire a few planes. There's been reports, obviously, that in recent events, before demand gets to that bit, um, of their hiring pilots for these top secret flights, of course, because of course you need pilots to fly them, ones that don't have high blood pressure and histories of heart disease. Um, so the job posting in question is looking for in general a 3,000-hour pilot with an active top secret clearance. Little interest in what their passengers do at work, obviously. I believe in the questioning, you're going to be, I mean, I think you're going to get questioned about your political affiliation, your loyalty to the country, all of those things, including an extensive background check. Although I would think that's pretty standard for any pilot, right? I don't know about political affiliation and stuff,
Yeah, I
right,
don't know about the
Demand? Like,
political affiliations. I do know that I assume a normal pilot would have your credentials checked to see if you still have
right.
proper eyesight. I would assume a base level of a medical checkup would be part of the interview, right? Because you don't want no
Yeah.
sick pilots, things like that. And I believe they even take the weight for the pilot in account because you don't want the plane to be too heavy.
Hmm. So just like my van when I was in high school, the plane has a no fatties policy.
Unlike my van in high school, fatties only.
Why were we driving vans in high school? That just says more about us than
I just
anybody
had to
else. I'm
replace my
sorry.
suspension 4 times that year in that semester. Phew.
Dude, so according to salary research site the glass door, the average salary of a governmental alien toting pilot at AECOM, Janet Air's firm, was $80,454 a year. And
Oh,
obviously, you're required to live in Las Vegas so that they could black bag you at any given time, seeing that you've come on to the Dr. Man show to report about your goings on. Um, so let's see. Used for testing stealth aircraft, new weapons, and alien spacecraft, if that's to be believed. Um, there are flights flown towards Groom Lake, or as it's most notoriously known, Area 51. So, officially the range is used for testing technologies and systems and training operations critical to the effectiveness of the U.S. military forces and the security of the United States Air Force, says spokeswoman Ann Stefanek, that she told Task and Purpose, I believe, magazine in a statement. When asked about the purpose of Area 51 and its surrounding environs, probably for the 1 millionth time. So 80K to fly weird employees to Area 51 and the surrounding areas
you know what, Doc?
from Sin City. Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and zoom out on Google Maps and see exactly what that airline is, where the airport is.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I thought it was in Las Vegas.
Well, the starting airport is. But what I want to know is what that airport that they always keep landing at that one airport. And I'm just curious what it looks like on Google Maps.
Yeah. Yeah, let's check that out. Um,
Well,
obviously, there's all kinds of conspiracy theories. One of the ones is that I find to be probably the most credible is as the man looks at this. If you find it, like, stop me. Um, there is a connection between Janet Airlines and the October 1st, 2017 Las Vegas shooting. I'm going to go into that because we had a campfire on that before. That's actually been locked in the archives. If you followed our YouTube channel, which I suggest you do, not the gaming YouTube, but Campfire Stories, I can put that link in the. Let's see if I do this. Yeah, there's the YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Kiwi. Um, we're probably going to unvault some of the our better episodes from the previous Dr. Man show vault before
ooh,
we had the YouTube channel. So that's one of them. We had a detailed like breakdown of the Las Vegas shooting, which is just full of governmental incompetence, strange occurrences, logical inconsistencies, and just overall weirdness. We don't generally even talk about it. I believe the anniversary passed this year without me even so much as seeing an article on it. And I looked. So, super fascinating subject. And I didn't know there was a connection to Janet Airlines in particular. And I'll tell you about that right now. So, if you go back in history, there seems to be some sort of connection. The Las Vegas shooting massacre and a connection between the classified Janet operations of these planes. So, in addition, the maniac targeted concert goers. Um, let me start over. In addition to targeting the concert goers, the maniac, aka gunman, aka monster, had also targeted aviation fuel tanks at the nearby Harry Reid International Airport, where, and maybe that's what you're looking for, Demand, where a lot of these flights take off from, suggesting a possible relation between the two. So, in addition to deciding in his, I suppose, manifesto or information that the authorities recovered, in addition to him deciding that he was going to shoot all these people, he also decided he was going to attack, blow up, terrorize some of the fuel tanks where these flights in particular um, take off and are located. I just want to remind everyone that as of the recording of our last campfire, and to my knowledge today, there's been no known established motive for the shooter attacking and doing what he did in that massacre. Obviously, we could just assume that he was insane, but still, there's no actual reasoning behind what happened other than, I suppose, just mania. But it seems like mania, you can kind of rule that out if he's planned on attacking a very specific area and airline where fuel tanks to government installations are being are located and being held. So, interesting side note on that. Janet Airlines made its maiden flight in 1972, so it's been in operation for quite a while.
guess what I
It
found?
it is up. What'd you find it, man?
Airport.
Where's it at?
The exact same airport that looks like this one. See how it's angled? No, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, that's Groom Lake, right? Area 51.
That's literally Area 51. This airport right here that they're flying into.
This is it.
It's right here.
Show it. They're flying to Area 51, man. What are they doing?
Apparently just commuting workers.
Commuting workers, he says. Reported.
Papusa Mountain. You're my little
That's not.
papusa.
That's not the actual name of the mountain, is it?
It says
You mispronounced it.
P-A-P-O-O-S-E. Papusi. Papusi.
I think it's better, Papusa. It's even worse the way you said it. Don't ever say that again.
You're my little papusi.
Everyone who has access to the Janet flights, including flight attendants, as we mentioned before, and pilots, is said to receive highly secret security clearances. Reportedly, the application process is daunting, requiring the applicants to divulge the tiniest of details, personal and otherwise. After careful scrutiny of their personal lives, the final step of the hiring process comes down to a polygraph test. Are you joking? Polygraph test isn't even admissible in court. Why would that be the final test?
Oh, there's
This
planes
is the
here.
dumbest. The government is so stupid, dude. Yeah, let's use an unreliable test to weed out people we may not like.
Sounds about right.
Ladies and gentlemen of the United States government. What are we looking at here?
So they have their own. I guess these are also airplanes that belong to the Janet.
There's so many more than probably we even know about. I'm just saying, dude.
Why is it so much blurry over Area 51 than it is over Nevada?
You know why. It's a military installation where they test legitimate technologies. Janet Airlines boards at a special part of Harry Reid International Airport, which Demand showed you before. They board the plane at the airport's west side next to the Janet Airlines passenger parking lot. And there's also a small terminal building for those special passengers. And and alien.
What is this?
Janet Airlines combines two aspects, Demand, of U.S. intelligence, which have been little investigated. On one hand, there is the logistics aspect. A large part of the intelligence force in the United States can be attributed to the power of its logistics. And, of course, I'm referring to those who are dedicated to transport personnel, making communications secure and install safe houses all over the world. Says Professor of Intelligence and National Security Studies of the Coastal Carolina University of South Carolina. Area 51, which you're looking at right now if you're on the YouTube podcast, is located in Nevada, is notorious for conspiracy theories surrounding U.S. government activities and, of course, extraterrestrial life. As spooky as it may sound, every time Janet flies over Area 51 airspace, it reportedly switches off tracking and communication transponders. We know that for a fact, actually. You can watch it happen live. So I want to know which one of y'all is going to record this for us so that we can put it on our podcast on YouTube later on. Are we going to have to do it ourselves? Can we enlist some of the cast and crew? Apparently, these flights, briefly Demand, also fly to other destinations where it doesn't switch off its transponders. So it's not always, if you watch these flights, they don't always switch off their transponders and just disappear. But sometimes they do. And I would like to know why. And we're going to find out why on the Dr. Man Show. That's exactly what's going to happen to us. Immediately cut off.
So I have a question for you.
What you got?
This right here looks like the start of a runway, right? This looks like a runway, and this looks like a runway, right? Left and right, left and right. Both look like a runway, right?
Sure, it sure does.
Let's go and follow this runway for a little bit, you know?
All right, let's follow it. Where are we going?
Keep following it. Keep following it. Keep following it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there's little turnoffs for little hangers, things like that. Little lines in the road just to make sure the planes know left or right. You know,
Mm-hmm.
keep following it.
Probably a Denny's.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just stop off at a Denny's. Now this is the part that
Mm-hmm.
gets weird. This is where it gets into the mountain, I think. And look how decrepit this runway looks now.
Yeah, it does look pretty busted. I'm not gonna lie. Looks like
What?
I-75. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I know that road well.
Uh huh.
Like, look at this. Like,
Dude, it's busted, dude.
why would you? And then you get to the very end here, and it kind of just stops. That overlooks.
That's
the,
just
look-
garbage.
Yeah, you can barely even see it at this point, right?
It's
So you keep
disintegrating.
And it just stops at this road right here. Like,
This confirms my theory. You know what my theory is about Area 51?
it's
I
abandoned.
feel like it's abandoned, dude. I feel like those
look-
people that get on the, I feel like the people that get on the plane, they have top secret security clearance. They fly to this building and then they just like drink coffee and file papers and do taxes, and nothing happens here.
You think the IRS bought
And-
the Area 51 building?
Yeah. Yeah, and when some freaking Chinese spy grabs one of these dudes and puts like a freaking, Tai Chi sword to his neck, and he's just like, take me to Area 51. And then, like, they're going to land, and there's just going to be, like, nothing there. Like, no, and it's been empty forever. Like, what is that?
Immigrant Valley?
How dare they?
Why is Immigrant Valley right next to Area 51?
And who knows how much of this stuff is edited out too that we're
That's
looking
true.
at? You know what I mean? And you even like you may be looking at a photo that's like 28 years old.
This goes in the mountains.
You know what I mean? I see it. I want in there. I want in, chat.
I want in.
I want inside.
This is a nice
I
runway
have to
here.
be in.
Except for the skid marks down the middle.
Again, these photos are probably so old, dude.
I need to know.
From what is known, Janet has only one mission: to transport personnel from Las Vegas Airport to the Nevada testing grounds, which are supervised by the United States Department of Energy. And well, no wonder it looks like dog shit. This is because the DOE is in charge of any facility in which to carry out tests with nuclear material. The terminal where Janet Airlines operates is always full. And all these people are not just Air Force personnel. Many DOE scientists are transported to the test fields. The DOE works surrounded by secrets, as evidenced by the fact that so little is known about Nevada's proving grounds, which is where it's supervision from the outset, just like the nuclear programs.
I found the testing grounds.
What did you find?
I found explosions and craters.
Explosions
Well,
and craters.
Look at him, bro.
Is this supposed to?
It looks like a chocolate starfish.
All right. Dude, what if one of those is the secret bunkers, dude? It's just supposed to look like that.
Maybe. Looks like the sand like exploded around it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. It just looks like they just bombed it.
Kind of cool looking.
So as it they just listed all the planes that they have. All Janet 737-600 aircraft were acquired from Air China. and 4 were previously operated by the now defunct China Southwest Airlines before being acquired by the United States Air Force operations starting in 2008. The aircraft were initially taken to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, assumedly searched and stripped before being transported to Las Vegas. In the crash that I mentioned before, 5 people, including the pilot, were killed in the incident.
Ooh.
Yeah. Wild.
There's a place called Big Explosives Experimental Facility.
No way they called it that, dude.
Welcome to Beef.
Scroll up. I don't believe it. Is it got ratings? Is it a restaurant? Why has it got ratings, dude? What is their
It's a laboratory.
what do people say about it? Is it got what is it 4.8? This is a restaurant, dude.
Bunker 430? Facility consists of a control bunker, a camera bunker, a gravel firing table, and associated control and diagnostic systems. The facility
What's with the grilled cheese? That's a grilled cheese right there. What do you mean?
I don't know, bro. It's a government facility. It's the Big Explosives Experimental Facility by the government.
What is the what do the reviews say? I gotta know. Like you have to read one. I can't read it. It's too small.
Gotcha.
Why is there a grilled cheese?
You want to read the grilled cheese refrigerated beef?
Yeah, I gotta know, dude. Read the reviews for the Area 51 Big Explosives Experiment Facility.
Rating 4 out of 5 stars solely on the end user for lack of being BOG down, aka boots on the ground, and so far has only virtually visited this site. That said, this end user desires an invite to remotely and safely observe the T&E testing and evaluation process. Then they proceeded to say, quoting, "Beef, it's what's for dinner. Big boom."
So they just posted a grilled cheese. Okay, yeah. Let's listen to the reviews.
This facility consists of a control bunker, a camera bunker, a gravel firing table, and associated control and diagnostic systems. This facility safely conducts conventional high explosives experiments using a test bed that provides sophisticated diagnostics such as high-speed optics and X-ray radiography on the firing table, while operating personnel are present in the bunker.
Yeah, but how is there Reuben? 3 stars.
Beef.
Why are people rating this though? I don't understand how it's being rated. What's this last one say, dude?
This facility demonstrates key capabilities that are necessary for pursuing the mission of the department and organization that the facility was constructed for.
Bro.
Beef.
It's what's for dinner.
Area 2 gun turret.
Yeah, is there a rating for the gun turret?
That's a big gun turret.
That is a gun turret. Can we rate it?
You could.
It's already got ratings.
Already got ratings, baby.
What is the gun turret rated?
4 stars out of 5.
It's pretty good for a gun turret. What's it say?
The turret was from the USS Louisville and was damaged during World War II. It was removed from the ship and moved here to be converted into a rotating radiation detection facility.
There's no way this place is like active. There's no way. If you manage to break in and get it, there's just nobody here. You can't convince me.
I see no explosion.
These are probably from the 50s, dude.
Easily.
All right, new conspiracy theory here on the Dr. Man Show. Area 51 is abandoned. There's no one there. I said it. I figured it out. Come and get me, government. Come and get me. I said it. I know it for a fact
You go
because
on
I
a
believe
tour
it to
to
be
the
true.
radiation center. The
Yeah,
Sagan
you can.
crater. Oh, that's an asteroid.
And you
Isn't
know
it?
what? Either that or it's some sort of like dilapidated volcanic, like ruined volcanic shaft,
Hmm.
like no longer active. Dude, there's no way, man. I'm telling you right now, Area 51 is like
Abandoned.
is abandoned. There's nothing there. That's my honest 100% belief. It's all just a joke. That
It's like
explains why when you see some of the guards, they just look like shitty, like mall cops and stuff. Have you ever seen the guys that arrest the dudes? Like they look serious. They look like they're serious. They're out of shape. They're not wearing any military outfits. They're just like they look like hired security. Once the Chinese invade and storm Area 51, they're gonna be so disappointed,
it'll be
dude.
so
What a
sad.
waste of what a waste of resources. They get to the they get to the big gun turret. It's just like a subway. There's like one guy making sandwiches.
Hi, welcome to Subway.
Yeah, dude. There's just nothing here. I bet you a million. I want it so bad to be something so cool, but how could it be if everybody knows about it, right?
Yeah,
And all these security protocols are just like theater.
I agree.
Where's the real government facility?
I'm looking for it right
And how do we
now.
find it?
Ooh, sugar bunker.
You know, Sugar Bunker is a dessert shop. They've got candied apples.
I mean,
They've
they have
got
an airline ship.
saltwater. They've got pulled saltwater taffy.
They have a giant hook in the back that some old dude from the 90s is just like, just working the air into taffy.
Dude, Janet Airlines, it's all a front, man. It's all a front. They turn their transponder off to maintain, like. I actually used to know somebody when I was in martial arts. Like,
They had a
I used to
sweet
train somebody that, yeah, that evidently did security for Area 51. Of course, he couldn't, like, say anything about it, but, he met people there that, like, evidently worked in higher classified security areas that flew on these flights. Back then, I didn't know there was like a designation for them, right? Like, I don't know what I thought. Like, I guess I just assumed they flew, they either took buses out there, which I think they actually used to do, or they had like a private jet that shuttled them out. But so many people work in this facility, they had to hire a commercial airline, which demand, if I'm not mistaken, aren't they looking to replace the airline that handles Janet Airlines?
that they are. I do have it's not really much of an image, more so than a block of text. But they are looking to replace the Janet Airlines because they're so decrepit and so old, and like I assume they're failing.
Their planes are so old.
Look at this, bro. Would you trust your life in one of these?
No, dude. Oh my God, dude. And people think we're working on like alien technology. Look at the planes the employees are riding on, dude.
Yeah,
You're a scientist with top secret security clearance, and you're riding on basically the freaking like a
the
60-year
prototype.
old plane. That looks like they've. Have you ever seen the old planes where they've like had to weld the cigarette like ashtrays shut? It looks like
Except
the
they didn't even
inside.
bother welding.
It's probably got shag carpeting on the inside.
Yeah, and to separate is not like a curtain; it's just beads.
There's like a hookah bar in the back. Dude, you gotta be kidding me, man. It would be maybe it's too obvious if they took off on like a fusion engine jet. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Maybe this
The
is
people
also
that
like a kind of like a subterfuge kind of deal. Like, oh, the government's not working on anything fancy, not at all. But in reality, we got jets that can take off and land in, vertical.
What if you just gave me a great idea? What if inside the plane, it's like the Harry Potter tent, right? It's like outside looks like shit, but the inside is like a dimensional pocket. It's like way bigger, right? Than it looks like on the outside, and it's super nice and futuristic. There's like robots and androids serving you.
Oh, P Diddy's there.
I mean, his clone is there. He's not there. He's in prison
Yeah,
where he
there's like
belongs.
4 Joe Bidens in the back. And they're all shooting
Arguing.
craps for some reason.
Arguing over who cheated at the craps table. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a good one. This is an absolutely good one.
Because you
We're gonna
can't
have
get
to.
answers, dude.
No, there's no way to find out. Like like all jokes aside, the security clearance is insane. You have to go through polygraph tests, background checks, anal cavity searches. God knows what they do to you to get you into these areas.
Whoa.
And that includes like the janitors and stuff too, right? Like you have to imagine these there's regular employees that work here that aren't necessarily scientists and stuff that keep the place running, right? Like you have to imagine there's like trucks that deliver supplies because these people still take a dump, dude. Where do they get the toilet paper unless they have some sort of like Dyson ass
Futuristic.
blower, man? Yeah, right? Like
What if they have a bodega or not bodega? Yeah, bodega.
a bidet. Yeah. I bet. I mean, that they probably don't. They probably have to wipe their ass with toilet paper like the plebs. It's probably like one ply. Ugh. Dude, I'm just telling you, man. I bet it's just garbage. I bet there's like they don't do anything there, like anything top secret.
Black
Where's
Mountain.
the real toss? More like mid mountain. Nothing here.
Where's
Telling you.
where's Pabusa Mountain? Where's that at? I miss my Pabusa.
I don't think you're gonna find anything, man. Not on Google Maps. We need somebody to bust this wide open, and it can't be demand denial. We're too soft. We can't go to alien prison.
Why is it so shiny?
Looks like I don't know. Metal Gear Greed volunteers to go. Who else from the Dr. Man show is willing to sacrifice their lives for science and for content?
What is the algae farm?
It can be both. It actually looks like it might be.
Salt farm? What is this? Korea?
That's an alien goo farm. That's where we get that's where we get our supply of dolphin jelly from.
Or cheese from Lunchies. Or Lunchleys.
Oh, why would you do that? Now they're never gonna like sponsor us, dude. It could have. It could have happened until you insinuated they were feeding their customers soylent alien goo.
I didn't insinuate anything, Doc. I've seen moldy cheese on those.
So that's the story of Janet Airlines. If you guys have any information, don't forget to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, The Campfire Stories, so that you can comment updates to this developing story. And if you know anybody that wants to come on and talk about Janet Airlines that have flown on Janet Airlines and have had security clearance well enough to discuss what they've seen, even anonymously, we'll do it off and then come back and report to you.
Or Jen
Let
Jackson.
us know. Yes. Or if you want to be like Metal Gear Greed and try your luck by just running into it, Naruto running into, I wouldn't advise it.
Wait, what?
But if you want to be wild, yeah. There's all kinds of like evidently highly classified areas Is the nuclear test site actually rated?
Take it. Yes.
We got to hear one more review before we go. All right, this
this
is
is a
from
big one,
Google
too.
reviews. This is a Google reviews. All right, let's hear. Let's hear the review of this test.
Not as visceral as the nearby Project Faultless site, but well worth visiting if you're on your way there. If you got a Geiger counter, you should be able to get some slightly elevated readings within the exposed tops of several large metal rings just outside the cement platform. If you're going to the Faultless site from this location, Google Maps will tell you to take the dirt road. That's the straightest point between them. Do not attempt this unless you have a four-wheel drive. There's some deep dust you'll get stuck in, and then you'll have to dig yourself out, which is pretty much the one thing the site explicitly asks you not to do. Instead, take a better maintained gravel road north until you're along the site, where it branches off to the left.
So we could just go here. It's not all. It's not like on a. We just drive up here in our
Yes.
4-wheel drive vehicle.
Guess so.
We're not gonna get detained by government officials.
Oh, here's the Faultless site. And it's 4.8 out of 12 reviews. All right.
What is this that we're looking at? What is that red square?
Definitely cannot dig.
Warning: petroleum impacted soil. No excavation drilling.
Or removal of the materials is permitted without U.S. government permission. Oh.
I want that petroleum impacted soil. It's my right as an American to man. I want it.
This is God's soil.
This is God's country. You ain't never gonna tell me what to do. I'm gonna excavate all the goddamn petroleum soil I want. It's mine.
I'm gonna eat it. make dirt burgers.
Dirt burger sounds good right about now. And
Why
this guy
does
could
look
agree.
like KG from Tenacious D.
It's his clone. That's why. It's his clone.
Why are people willingly going here to get radiation?
That's a good question. I think I'd have to have a Geiger counter on us at all time, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go and look for aliens, man. We're gonna be the ones to find them. You and me. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Campfire Stories while Demand attempts to find the end all be all. Just want to encourage y'all. If you're not subscribed to the Dr. Man Show and hanging out here with us on Twitch, please do so, as well as subscribing to our YouTube channel, liking, commenting, etc., so we can get more traction on this channel. Every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we go live and delve into the weird, the wondrous, the scary, the unexplained.
This is Campfire Stories.